Okay. Well, I teased a graveyard story on the Patreon on the
Yes,
podcast.
you
Right,
piqued
that's
my
right.
interest. I really want to know what he fell in a grave. That's all I can think of.
This is a gentleman who was
Great.
attending his wife's funeral
No.
in Guadalajara. The title, so it's obviously a very unfortunate experience, but he was attending the funeral of his wife. He's 60 years old, and he was walking on the graves themselves, which apparently there's a lot of signage. They say there's actually a lot of signage saying don't walk on the graves, it's unsafe.
Mhm.
And yeah, one of the graves collapsed as he was walking through it, and he fell 7 meters into the grave.
Wait a minute. How
does
deep
that
was this
happen?
grave?
I know.
That's
How does it collapse?
well, 7 meters is like
20 feet.
30
know,
feet,
man.
40 feet. I mean, it's
Okay, the article doesn't say whether it was through grass or not. They said the man had ignored cemetery warnings since, due to their age, several of the graves are unsafe to step on as they can easily collapse. Let me show you a picture of the
Oh,
actual
really?
cemetery. This is the cemetery that's in the article. It shows you what the cemetery looks like. This is the real cemetery. I looked it up on Google Maps. And I'm like, wait, there's no grass here. How is this?
no, this is all
collapse?
cement. These are so basically he fell into a crypt.
He
There's
fell
gotta be
down into a
deep
crypt.
down crypts because this is
Yeah.
not like you fall 6 feet and you die. 7 meter. I mean,
That's 20, like 20 feet down.
Maybe he's taking a selfie. Something.
no.
Get in front of a grave.
Wife's grave.
It wasn't his wife's graves that it fell on. He was walking on somebody else's, and it broke, and he fell down about 20 feet down.
Not quite Darwin, but it was an entertaining story. I guess he did ignore the signs, right? Don't walk
It
on the
says,
grave.
apparently he ignored the cemetery warnings. And then down at the bottom of the article, it says, presumably the man had ignored cemetery warnings since, due to their age, several of the graves are unsafe and they collapse.
That's fair by me. If you
Yeah.
cross over something, take a picture of something, and they say, "Hey, don't walk here," and you're like, "Well, I'll be fine."
It's obviously a sad thing. It's a sad day because but yeah, I mean, I don't.
Do you
walk on
think they
graves.
buried him there? Like
Yeah,
he's
just
already
cover it
down
up.
here. He's
Just
already down
change the
here.
tombstone, change the headstone.
They probably put him right there with his wife.
Just
right
add
there.
one.
Lifted him out, put him
Wait,
next to his wife.
It was his wife's.
It was his wife's
No,
funeral that he was
at
attending,
his wife's funeral. Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
kind of like sad and cool, I guess. Probably the family's upset, but I'd be like, oh, good. We're both gone. Pretty nice.